Let's say you have a 10,000 dirhams in your card and you have that same 10,000 dirhams in cash. Once you go into a shopping center, what actually happens? What goes through your mind? Anyway, so guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about 3 reasons why it is not suitable for you to actually have a credit card. I know very well that a credit card is a wonderful financial tool for so many people out there, for those who are disciplined enough to use it. This is a great financial tool, the cashbacks and all the benefits that it gets you, and it also increases your credit score and all that. However, if you are in the Gulf region, if you are in the UAE, if you are in a different country, or in that place where I'm from, where credit card is not actually the norm, where I'm from, totally, we believe in cash payments. We believe that if you don't have it, then you can't afford it, right? We believe so much in that principle to a point where we are scared of having debts because we know the consequence. That is why where I'm from, it is very easy to see someone to build a house with their own money. They don't do anything like mortgages and all that. We don't go into house loans, even car loans. If we don't have the money to pay for that car in cash, then we cannot afford that car. Right? So let's get back on track. Here are 3 reasons why, in your situation, I want you to look at your own situation, why a credit card is not good for you. The first reason is that you are definitely going to fall into temptation. Getting a credit card is good to some people, but once you have that card and you have a limit of, let's say, 25,000 dirhams, because that is what the banks are going to tell you, that you have a limit on that card for 25,000 dirhams, and it simply means that you cannot use above 25,000 dirhams per month within each month. So you cannot use above 25,000 dirhams for that particular month. So you have a limit on the card for 25,000 dirhams, and actually you enjoy your life. Your salary is actually less than that. Your salary is maybe 10,000 dirhams, but now you have 25,000 at your disposal. It is your money, right? Actually, it's not your money, but it is actually just some words that were punched, some numbers that were punched into a computer, and they now reflect in that card every time you swipe. So once you finally get into a shopping center, for example, and you are someone who is not too disciplined, and you are walking around with that card, you see a beautiful something that you like and you decide to purchase it. You swipe your card, you feel good, you get your stuff. The next day you go somewhere again, you swipe the card. Of course, you are going to pay it at the end of the month when you get your salary. And you are swiping for 30 days, you keep on swiping, and at the end of the month your credit card bill is almost 15,000 dirhams, and now your salary is 10,000 dirhams. Automatically, you have an automatic system that you have set up yourself to automatically deduct your credit card bill from your salary as soon as it is deposited. And that is the reason why your salary account is definitely going to be that same account that you get the credit card from, the same bank, right? So you swipe, you have been swiping, you have been enjoying the card, you have been tapping the card, you have been paying with Apple Pay and all that. You have connected the card everywhere. You feel like a big person. You feel like you can afford it. You feel like you are getting 25,000 dirhams a month. Meanwhile, your salary is 10,000. And now you are in a position where your credit card debt has accumulated to 15,000, but only 10,000 is going to be deposited in your account. And at the end of that month, they pay your salary 10,000. Before it even signals into your account, it has been slashed. And you are still owing the bank 5,000. That 5,000 is carried over to the next month. And you have an interest. You have to pay interest on that. You get it? So you have to pay your rent. You have to feed. You have to eat. But now you don't have a salary. And again, you still have the card. You have not maxed up the 25,000. You still have the card. So definitely you can still use it. You already have 5,000 short. You take another 2,000 or 3,000 and you pay your rents. Now you have 2,000 left to use. Before that month, the next month ends, you are definitely going to use that 2,000 because you're going to eat. Right? And if care is not taken, if you are not disciplined, you are going to still fall in the same trap. At the end of that month, they send your salary again. It pays that everything that you have spent for that month and even the previous one. And if God willing, if you are too lucky, you have not maxed out everything, and you go into the next month empty-handed. Empty-handed, but you still have a card of 25,000 with you. You can still use it, and you are definitely going to use it. That is the truth. So what is the need? Why have a credit card if you are not disciplined? So what I'm saying here is that if you are not disciplined, if you know you cannot control impulse buying, if you know you cannot control 1,000 dirhams, then you can't actually control 25,000 dirhams. If you know you cannot control 100 dirhams, then you are definitely not going to control 10,000 dirhams. If your salary is actually 10,000, then live within your means. Try to live within your means. Try to manage what you have. If your salary is 5,000, manage what you have. If it is 2,000, manage what you have. Instead of going to get a credit card, meanwhile, you know yourself that you can't actually manage that. And at the end of the day, if you don't manage that, you put yourself into unnecessary debt, and you start paying for the rest of your life because you decided to get a credit card, because you refuse to say no to that agent who is trying to get a commission. I can't count the number of times that I've received calls from agents trying to sell me the benefits of a credit card. And that takes me to my next point, why you shouldn't get a credit card. The hidden fees and charges. I'm not a financial expert, but I'm just saying this from my own experience and from what I've heard from people. From stories that people tell me every single day, from people that I've met, even online and in person, and they're telling me that they have debts, and I ask, what is the reason? How did you get into debt? They said they maxed out their credit card because when they took the credit card in the initial stage, they thought they could manage everything. But no, that's not the case. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes you get into situations, and at the end of the day, because that money is there, you have the freedom to use it. And you are definitely going to use it because it is there. But if that card wasn't there, I am sure you would have found a different means of solving your problem. So talking about the hidden fees, when you get an agent, when the credit card agents are calling you every single day, I want you to tell me, have you ever heard any of them telling you about the charges or the hidden fees? No, they won't tell you that. They will tell you about the cashbacks. They will tell you about all the wonderful benefits, the points that come with using a credit card. They will tell you about all the wonderful things, all the beauty of having a credit card, all the advantages, but at the end of that, they won't tell you the charges. They won't explain to you what is going to happen if you don't pay back on time. They won't tell you all those hidden charges. And that is it. So we go ahead and get a credit card because of all the sweet talk, because they want to get their commission. They tell you all these wonderful words, and you finally get one. And you say to yourself, well, I'm going to get this card, but I won't use it. I'll just keep it somewhere. Yeah. I've had agents who call me. They have called me on several occasions, and they tell me that your credit card is on the way. I said, wow, it's on the way? I never ordered for a credit card. I never requested for one. They said, no, it's on the way. Even if you don't want to use it, you can just keep it. I said, no, I don't want to keep anything that I won't use. So I don't need your credit card. And don't try to even deliver a credit card to me. They said, no, it is already signed. It is already dispatched. They are forcing you. If you get the tone, you have to know that this is a trap that they're trying to set. You have to know that. So if you know yourself, if you know that you can manage it, okay, get it. But if you can't, I'm telling you, one of the worst financial situations or the worst financial mistakes you can actually put yourself in is to get a credit card and you are not disciplined enough. Beware of the hidden fees and all that. They are there, but they won't explain everything to you. They won't, right? So the next thing about after the hidden fees is the fact that credit card debts usually accumulate a very high interest rate, sometimes above 20%. So how do you get this debt? Like I said in the initial stage, and if you finally can't pay up the money at the end of the month, it goes into the next month and it becomes a debt, right? And it accumulates an interest. So it accumulates the interest and it's sometimes 20%. So imagine that you took 10,000 dirhams, you use that 10,000 dirhams and you cannot pay that 10,000 dirhams. And so it goes into the next month with 20% interest. And you are definitely that 10,000 dirhams becomes 12,000, right? So if you wanted to get a loan for 10,000, the interest is going to be less than that. Okay? If you wanted to go and get a loan in a bank, the interest is going to be less than 20%. That is the truth. So if you think that you need that money so much and you cannot manage a credit card, go to your bank and get a loan. They'll give you a loan for 10,000 and they'll spread that loan within 12 months period, and they're going to cut maybe 800 from your salary every month, which is much better. I don't think it's a great idea actually, but at least it is much better than the high interest rate that you're going to get from a credit card. And even the cancellation fee, before you want to cancel that credit card, sometimes you have to pay something, right? You have annual fee that you need to pay on that card also. You have so many hidden charges here and around that you need to pay on that card. So those are the three things or the three main reasons why you shouldn't get a credit card. And at the end of the day, the main theme here is that if you are not disciplined enough, please don't get a credit card. I want you to actually, let's make a practical example that I go to a supermarket or to a shopping center and I see a shoe for about 10,000 dirhams, or I see something for, let's say, 1,000 dirhams, and I want to buy that stuff. I like it, but I have only 1,000 dirhams with me, cash, and that is the only 1,000 dirhams I have actually in my hand, right? I don't have a card. It is going to be difficult for me to actually pay up that. It's going to be difficult to actually pay that amount of money with the only cash 1,000 dirhams that I have. It's going to be difficult, right? So in another scenario, you have a card, a credit card, and you have that cash with you, 1,000 dirhams. Once you get there and you realize that that thing is 1,000 dirhams and you cannot part with your cash, with the money. This is your hard-earned money. Maybe it's your part of your salary. But this one inside here is not your money. It's not your salary. It is not your savings. It is just some random numbers that they decide to punch in a computer and it now reflects in your card. So when you swipe, when you just go to the cashier, you can easily, you don't feel anything, right? you don't feel like you are actually spending your hard-earned money. You feel like you are just buying, and of course you are going to pay for it later. It feels good, you know. You don't have too much attachment to that money, because the money is not actually yours. You did not work for it. So it is easy for you to part away with that money, and you just swipe your card and that is it. 1,000 deducted, and you are now owing 1,000. You got your stuff, you feel good. You forget to know that once you have swiped that card for that 1,000, this 1,000 that is here is actually gone also. That is it. It's gone totally, right? So I love cash. Actually, I love cash payments, and I love debits. It is risky to have a debit card due to some security stuff and all that, but I still prefer debit because the money in my debit card is my money. And before I part away with that money in my debit card or cash in my hand, you need to actually convince me. If you're a salesperson, you need to actually convince me before I could buy that stuff. Unless I like that stuff, and it means that I can actually afford the stuff, right? And there's one thing that people always say, that if you cannot buy it twice, it means you can afford it. It simply means that if you see a product that is being sold for 1,000 and you have only 1,000, you can't part away with the only money you have, unless that thing is going to bring you money, right? So at the end of the day, this video is to, let's say, just create awareness for people who are looking into getting a credit card, to know that you have to actually plan yourself, try to be disciplined, try to manage the little you have first. And if you know you can manage that, then go ahead and get a credit card, because you're definitely going to manage the credit card good. There are so many benefits there if you can pay off what you have spent each month. If you can pay it off, then it increases your credit score, and you also get some cash back, and you get some points and all that. But the downside is that if you fail just once, it becomes disastrous. It becomes a downhill stuff, to a point where you can actually get into a point in your life where you regret everything. So beware and be warned. Don't get a credit card if you cannot manage a credit card. The banks are out here to get you. That is the truth. That is why the salespeople are calling you every single day. Please get a credit card. Please, they know what they are doing. They know what they are doing. In the UAE, for example, if your salary is not above 5,000 dirhams, you cannot get a credit card. They know why. Because they know that with less than 4,000, with less than 5,000 dirhams, yeah, this person, if this person is surviving with this type of money, then this person doesn't need a credit card to spend too much and all that. You are not eligible to get a credit card if your salary is less than 5,000 in most banks. But if it gets above 5,000, you don't even need to go to the bank. They are going to come to you. Once they signal, once they are aware that your salary is now above 5,000, Habibi, they start calling you every single day. They start calling you every single day, pressurizing you to get a credit card. You have to know why. They feel that they feel and they know that your purchasing power is now high, and that extra money that you have, they want you to spend that money. So now they are putting you in a situation where you have more than that. So once you get to 5,000, they tell you, okay, this is a credit card. The limit is 15,000. You feel like, oh, I have 15,000. Right? You feel like, oh, I have 15,000. And of course, every day you are walking on the street, you have that 15,000 with you. You can use it. And once you use it, your salary becomes 5,000. That's when you realize that, oh, I'm in some deep trouble out here. I'm not a financial expert. I'm just trying to advise you from my own perspective and from stories that I've seen people suffering because of credit card debt. And I don't wish you to get into that. I know there are so many great benefits about it. And if you cannot manage it, don't get it. I don't have one, right? So I have so many people out there who don't have, and they have so much money, they have a huge salary, but they don't want to use it. And there are so many people out there who are using it and they are doing well with it, and they are the others. And that is a place that I don't want you to fall in. Those people that are using it and they are not disciplined, and they have placed themselves into unnecessary debt, and they are now suffering. So beware, guys. Let us try to make more and more good financial decisions and live a happy life towards financial independence and financial freedom. Thank you, and I wish you all the best, and see you in the next video.